What's going on, everyone? It's Nick, and first of all, I just want to say thanks to everyone that showed up to my live stream. I'm sorry it got cut short. I didn't mean for that to happen. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi just wasn't cooperative. Sorry I have Wi-Fi that's more unstable than a chair with two legs, but that's besides the point of me making this video. But before we go any further, please remember to like the video. It only takes 1 second. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Really appreciate it. If you're watching me for the first time, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I cover basketball, baseball, and football, and I've been going live throughout these playoffs, so if you want to come watch a game with me, definitely hit that subscribe button. And also please hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads or live streams. So anyways, the New York Knicks just got eliminated. I just want to say that congrats to the Knicks on a great season, even though this isn't how we wanted the season to end. And I had hopes for this team to make it to the second round of the playoffs, and I'll take my L for that. And yes, officiating was not great, but let's not make excuses. The Knicks didn't play well enough to deserve to win. The last 3 games, not even scoring 100 points. I mean, in the 90s, okay, because those were much lower scoring games back then, but in this day and age, when you can't even score 100 points in a game, your offense just clearly didn't get the job done. And Trae Young was torching the Knicks. Defense wasn't as sharp as we would have liked it to be or what it was in the regular season. But hey, regardless of this disappointing ending, I will say that this was a great season. It was absolutely a positive one considering what the expectations were. I didn't expect this team to do well this season. I'll be the first to admit that. But they actually made it to the playoffs. We're the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. That's definitely a positive season. And also, the fact that Madison Square Garden was absolutely rocking during the playoffs, that was awesome to see. Besides some inappropriate fan behavior like spitting at Trae Young, or I missed Game 4. Actually, this was Game 2, I'm sorry. Although I missed both Games 2 and 4. Game 2 I wanted to live stream, but then I got called in for a job at the last minute. And Game 4 was during my sleeping hours, but moving on. But one of my subscribers, Jamsey, I appreciate all the love you've been showing me, by the way, told me that someone's poured a drink on Emmanuel quickly. Like, I already addressed this stuff. Like, that kind of behavior is unacceptable. But besides that, the fact that the Garden was rocking was absolutely awesome to see. But also, chanting Altuve, like, don't get me wrong, I hate Jose Altuve as much as anyone, but to do it at Madison Square Garden when he's not even playing, like, okay, it was fun when the Astros were in town playing the Yankees, but now it's getting weird. But still though, I definitely gotta applaud the Madison Square Garden crowd for really showing out and being loud and energetic. But for the Knicks themselves, they're definitely going to need more offensive firepower to get to the next level. And Julius Randle, as much as I really like him, he really showed us that he's more of a number 2 guy in a championship team. Definitely not the guy you want to be the leader of a championship team. And I didn't look at him as a number 1 on a championship team anyways, even as great as he was during the regular season, but I didn't expect him to be this bad. I think the moment really got to him and RJ Barrett as well. Hopefully they can build off of that. We'll see. I mean, I know that Julius Randle is going to want him more. I saw his body of work this season, and I know that he's going to want to use this as motivation, or at least I hope so, and that this is going to be motivation for him to get a lot better next season. I don't know about winning most improved player for a second straight year. I mean, that's never been done before, but I definitely think that Julius Randle should use this as motivation to get even better. And during the regular season, yes, he did look like a franchise player. Well, I just said he looked more like a number 2, but, well, he was the Knicks' driving force on offense. But if you really want to be a franchise player, you got to get the job done in the playoffs, and he didn't. And the Knicks' offense as a whole was just really bad. Derrick Rose was the only consistent one in the first 4 games, but even him in Game 5 was just really bad. And Alec Burks, like, I saw 12 points on the box score, but I feel like that must have happened after my Wi-Fi cut out because, at least from what I remember watching, he wasn't doing much at all. But the fact that the Knicks were really bad with their decision making in Game 5, and also they really lacked bench production, that really came back to haunt them. Also, Julius Randle, of course. You got to hold your stars accountable. So yes, Julius Randle has to be held accountable. And his decision making was very poor. He did have 13 rebounds. Nice. but 8 turnovers, which was half of what the whole team had, that's unacceptable. And also, I gotta give credit to the Atlanta Hawks. I gotta tip my hat to the Atlanta Hawks. They outplayed the Knicks. They deserved to win. The Knicks did not. But regardless of all the negative stuff to be said about this series, again, this was absolutely a positive season. I do think that the Knicks and their fans should be holding their heads high. You went way beyond the expectations, and hopefully this team can build off of that. This team actually has a winning culture again. I still think that because these are regular season awards, Tom Thibodeau definitely deserves Coach of the Year. Julius Randle still deserves Most Improved Player. Now that the Knicks actually had a winning season, perhaps some star players will look at the Knicks and think, hey, this team is in business again. And hey, I might want to come here if I want to win and if I want to build my brand, because New York being a big market and now that the Knicks are actually a winning team again, this could be a step in the right direction now. How to go about the Knicks' future, to be honest, I'm not really sure, because you want to develop RJ Barrett, right? Because he was your 3rd overall pick. But at the same time, it's a very tricky situation in my opinion, because now that you made the playoffs, you're in win now mode, right? And you can only wait so long for RJ Barrett to really blossom into that lottery pick that you drafted him to be. And hey, RJ Barrett did have a very good season, but he also shrunk in the playoffs. With his development and also
with how much better you really think Julius Randle can get?
Or if you think he's peaked at this point, because hey, maybe he could build off of this playoff failure and use it as motivation to get better. I don't know. It's a possibility, but I don't know if I'd bank on that either. But one thing is for sure, the Knicks absolutely need a lot more offensive firepower than what they have right now. They clearly don't have enough offensive firepower
right now.
And yes, getting Derrick Rose was definitely a great addition to the team, because the Knicks didn't have a legit floor general before they got him in. They got a very good one, and a guy that actually did perform in the playoffs until the last game. Hey, I'm gonna clap it up for the Knicks on a great season. Disappointing ending, but a successful season nonetheless. Once again, I tip my hat to the Atlanta Hawks. They earned this regardless of how the officiating was. You just outplayed the Knicks. So, alright, that's it for now. And I plan to be live again for the Lakers game. So come hang out with me. Hopefully the Wi-Fi holds up. Hopefully this time the Lakers actually have any kind of sense of urgency, because they come out flat again, I'm just going to end the stream right there, because it's not worth my time and energy. So thanks for watching this video. Please feel free to comment what you think. And if there's anything in mind, if there's any particular players in mind that you think the Knicks should go after this offseason to really bolster their offense, let me know in the comments. Be happy to hear from you guys. Also, please remember to like the video if you haven't yet. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of my future uploads and my future lives, and I will see you next time. Peace.